Welcome in, everyone. Matt Mentality with our guest, Tamara Humphries, season 3, episode 21. Yo, we get into it today. I want everybody to hear this. Today's episode is about grit and growth and what happens when discipline meets purpose. Our guest is Tamara Humphries, a collegiate wrestler out of Pennsylvania. What a Keystone State at? They don't know nothing about that. Who's proven that toughness isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual too. From starting, she started out 5 and 15. We can laugh at it now, but she was wrestling boys too. So, hey, 5 dudes got laid out. And then she went on to become a 3-time Pennsylvania state qualifier. So she got up to speed real quick and then earned a 3rd place state finish. Her journey is built on resilience most people never see behind the scenes. She's balancing life as a student athlete, majoring in criminal justice. Click, click. She put them cuffs. She'll give you the info to get the cuffs on you. Building her faith, working on personal healing, and learning how to grow not just as a competitor, but as a person. And if that wasn't enough, her work ethic and character even caught attention of NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, who surprised her with a new SUV to support her journey. Today, we talking discipline, belief, adversity, purpose, and what it really takes to chase big dreams while staying grounded. Tamara, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
No, we got to get in. Behind the scenes, for everybody, I need y'all to know, we had a quick little chat pre-production, and she a firecracker. I know it's Firefly, but yeah, this gonna be a hot one right now. This is gonna be fun.
Let's do
and I
it.
appreciate that. I need that. This is why I got the podcast, for cool cats like you. So let's talk about that wrestling journey and your mentality, because I named this Matt Mentality. Let's start there. When did you realize wrestling wasn't just something you did, that it was a part of who you are?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I definitely feel like every single action that I partake in, one, I do it for the glory of God. And when God calls me to do something, I do with all my might.
Yeah.
And when I was just getting into wrestling, it just showed me so much of who I am and who I can be, and it's the one thing that you can't cheat, and
Yeah.
you can have a bad day and run a little slower in track, or it's a team sport in basketball. If they would have passed me the ball, we would have got the winning shot. But for wrestling, it's just you and somebody else.
Yes.
So there's nobody to blame. It's just you versus you every single time, and that is just discipline and grit that I absolutely respect. And once I got into that, I couldn't let it go. You get such a feeling of just strength once you indulge in it, and it's something that I think everybody has to experience. Just that being able to transform yourself.
Yo, Tamara, you sound like everybody's dad who went in the army. Hey, I think everybody should go to basic training. Did you say everybody need to get on the mat? Yo, I used to wrestle. Everybody don't belong in that mat. They gonna be crying real quick. She try to set y'all up. Don't step on that mat if y'all ain't ready. Tamara,
And
is that what you're saying?
I'm
Everybody?
saying everybody needs to partake in combat. Yes, absolutely. Everybody needs to fight. Everybody needs to know self-defense, especially women, especially
Oh,
our youth. Everybody needs to get into the room and get punched in the face a couple times, or double legged, take it to the top floor and slammed on her neck. Okay, that's what everybody needs to experience at least a couple times in their life, because I'm sure even if they've never done it, they probably felt like it in life. Your boss call you and tell you something and you feel like you just got double legs. So it's like, it's the same thing, but it's tangible now and it actually makes sense. You make sense of your pain, and I feel like that's just where I am.
Tamara setting y'all up, people. I'm here to say I hate to disagree with her so early in the pie, but some of y'all need to stick to Twitter fingers behind screen. Look, okay.
All right, somebody got to keep the scoreboard though. Somebody has to keep the scoreboard. So
There it is. There it is. So I made light of it you might not have liked the little joke because that was your starting point. You had to start somewhere. But how did going 5-15 early on against boys? Let's keep reminding people that
Right.
against boys. How did that shape your mentality long term?
You know what? I went through so much when I first started. It was just so much pain. Like everybody who has done a sport and then switched to any kind of combat, they know like just the conditioning and just the intensity is just a different level. It was something I never experienced. And I was in 10th grade. I was a cheerleader before I was wrestling. So going from going from being a cheerleader, and I did track for a second, but
Okay,
even
all right.
even running, but like I was used to, and then I'm switching over to wrestling. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like you train so hard and you cannot hold on to that instant gratification because if you do, you just won't make it. Me personally though, it really affected just like my patience a lot. Like I made sure that I prayed a lot and I'm just like, Lord, like I thought I was gonna win that match, and I didn't even don't even know what happened. I was upside down before it even, and I'm like, what's going on? But no, I all like my coach. He put such a strong belief in me that I could do it. Like even though I was facing boys, I never really comprehended that it was like a guy. It was always just somebody else. But I never even when I'm facing somebody, it's not just I'm facing an opponent. It's like okay, I'm facing me in a different version. And it's just like, dude, did I prepare myself enough to face this opponent? And it's
Yeah,
just like, that's just how I see it. So it was really hard and it was really tough, but it builds character when you have that losing streak and there's just no sign of any light. It really shows you who you are. And if you can go through something like that and not give up, you can go through the ropes of anything.
what did catching up actually look like for you behind the scenes? I mean, a cheerleader? And we all laughed at that. But then you brought us back. You said you ran track, so he's like, okay, maybe she's kind of cool. Because we was going to give you some cheerleader stereotypes there. We was going to judge you a little bit. We had some jokes. You're in one of those smaller weight class. How tall are you?
5'2".
So you were, let me if I can press you with this knowledge. Were you a flyer?
With a flyer. Like,
Isn't
no, no,
that
no,
what
no,
they
no, no,
call the
no.
cheerleader they throw?
No, I wasn't even a good cheerleader. No, I wasn't a flyer. I was not even a flyer. No, no rhythm, two left feet. I just
Oh,
wanted
okay.
the uniforms.
Oh, okay.
I knew something was wrong in cheerleading when my favorite part of cheer practice is when we would get in trouble and have to do laps. I'm like, okay, maybe I should do something else because.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got into track. I did cross country. I did soccer. I'm actually a tennis champion. I'm pretty good at tennis. I'll kick anybody's
Oh,
butt in tennis. Yeah, I'm pretty good at tennis.
okay.
So I know what route I'm going if my knees give out. I'm just kidding. I was a joke.
Hey, you got it. You got a slice. You put that top spin on it. You do all that.
Yeah, I'm,
Oh,
I'm 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 the whole package when it comes to
no,
tennis.
no, thanks. I'm gonna keep these ankles nice and solid. I'm not chasing that. Putting spins and slices. The ball hits here, but then starts heading that way. Nah, I've seen good tennis players, but you trying to catch up. I mean,
Right.
did you have to put in extra work? Like you were falling asleep? Like, is this gonna be a Disney movie? You falling asleep reading books on wrestling, you eating your little green peas your mama gave you, and asking your dad, "Hey, do you think I should double leg or should I do a snap down?" How did that look like for you?
Um. Honestly, exactly what you just explained. Like I would
Oh,
literally have a notebook and I would write down like every single thing I remember from my match. I would write down like how I felt. I would write down what happened, like who got the takedown first, how I got pinned, if I went all 3 rounds, like
wow.
who like did I score? I was writing all those and I remember we would have to do the stairs and our coach would give us like a 30-second break when we would do like the stair laps
Yeah.
and I would never stop. He would tell everybody to stop, and I would never stop. I would keep going, and I would be like the first 2 weeks. I'm like, because I don't stop, and then eventually it was just like boom. Like everybody knew they're just like, oh, she's a try hard. Like oh, but they didn't know. They didn't know. I'm just like, I have to work 10 times harder because it's like my strength wasn't kicking in how I needed it to. Like they had more testosterone than me. They were getting muscles faster than me. My one push-up equaled their like 5 push-ups. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do 40 push-ups because I know your lazy butt's only gonna do 15.
Yes.
So that's kind of how it was for me to catch up. And just like mentally, that whole roadblock, I went through a lot being in a city league. We were a poorer school. I'm not there anymore, but
Oh,
we they didn't have the money, and they really didn't even care. They didn't care to put us into these tournaments that they knew I needed to go to. So, and my coach, he really fought for me, and he really worked hard to get me in these tournaments and to just get me on the mat. If it was up to them, I would have had like 3 tournaments a year. But my coach made sure he maxed out the schedule. So I had to make sure behind the scenes I was maxing out my hard work because I wanted to just I wanted to reap what I was sowing, and I wanted to be proud of it. And my first match, I threw up. Like I was throwing up after all my matches because I've never exerted my body so hard against a guy. And
yeah.
this guy's like barely even breathing. I'm like,
She out here David versus Goliath. Those, I mean, that's, when I tell people about my time wrestling, and I used to box too, but I tell people, even being on a boxing team, the number one, the hardest sport is wrestling. I say that. I'll tell anybody that. And then, we probably have to do some fisticuffs, but I will prove it to them that that's the toughest sport. So I appreciate that you said that. We're going to come back to that. Tamara, what goes through your mind in the quiet moments right before a match?
a lot of I just feel like I definitely try to really, really focus and just ask God to give me the strength and like just help me fight. And I'm just like, it's just a wrestling match, like me versus me. I got this. I always try to release the outcome, wrestle hard, wrestle tough, wrestle you. That's all.
Yes.
I try not to do too much thinking. If you see me before a match, I'm like pacing or like if you really pay attention to me during a tournament, you'll see me like just staring at a wall like this.
With nothing going on in there, just
Yeah.
silence, just quiet. That's actually good. That's good. I coach a lot of sports. I tell a lot of people, you gotta get out of your head. I think sometimes
you get in
it's
your head, you're dead.
paralysis by analysis. Just let it flow. Let it flow.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Okay, a lot of people may want to know, it's down there. Where does that firefly, where does that come from? And you're gonna have to fill us in.
I love this question. It's a good story. So when I first joined the team, right? So it's me, it's all boys, and it's me, okay? And I'm getting my butt kicked a lot, but I'm the hardest worker on the team. Like, you can ask any of them, even the best players. So like she will grind. I was just one of those people. You ever watch Naruto? What's that character's name who just grinding and just get his butt kicked still? Yeah, that was me. I can't remember his name. But we had a dual meet, right? We had a dual meet, and they didn't tell me, but they needed one more pin to like win the match, like win the duel. And it's me versus some guy. So I go out there, and just before I went out there, my coach is showing me like how to like cradle somebody. He's like, this how you do it. Da, 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 da. So he's like, you just gotta move. Like if you stay still, the guy's gonna realize, and then he's gonna do his thing, and then like you just gotta move like fast, like attack. So I'm like, okay. Whew. So little old 10th grade me, I'm getting ready. I'm like, all right, I got this. Boom. I get on the mat. Like, soon as the whistle blows, I shoot. And it actually works. He falls, I get him, and then I immediately start going for like that cradle move. And
Yes.
I'm getting a cradle, and I got the pin. And my coach, he was just so happy. He was like, you're my lightning bug. You're my lightning bug. You're quick. You're so quick. You're like lightning. And he's like, actually, you're my firefly. And
Oh.
and he's been calling me that ever since. And he'll be like, come on, Firefly. Like when he wants, like, because he's like, he always tells me speed kills.
Yeah.
Boom. That's
Yeah.
always been my thing. I've always been faster than everybody I wrestled. And boys or girls, top ranked or not ranked at all. Like I've always been quicker. So call me Firefly.
Wow.
And I kind of just took it on, yeah.
So Firefly, where does that Firefly turns Predator switch come from mentally Is it your past experiences that you when you say I've already been faster than everybody, or is it just saying no, don't matter, I'm gonna be faster than everybody? Where does that switch come from for you?
I truly believe like your belief systems directly create your reality. So if I say that I'm gonna be faster than them, then I just affirm that I am not faster than them and I'm currently working towards it. But if I say I am faster than you, then you have no choice but to be slower than me because that's what I believe.
Yeah, yeah,
And honestly, it's a little crazy, but I did not get here from being normal. Like if you would ask anything, everything about me is crazy. There's nothing normal about anything Firefly, and people see that. People see that, and I can't even hide it if I wanted to.
good. We were all thinking it. We're just glad you said it.
It's fine, yeah. I'm gonna say it every time. I'm gonna say it every time.
Nah, they don't think that way. That's I'm just a goofball. What's the hardest part of wrestling that people who've never done it wouldn't understand? You got to give us a nugget, because especially culturally for a lot of people, growing up, all the guys was always like, "Man, I ain't gonna get in a little thong, little singlet thing, and roll around with another dude." So, like, a lot of people really don't do this. So,
Right.
what's the hardest part of wrestling that people who've never done it wouldn't understand?
Um. Honestly, I feel like everybody can kind of I feel like they can kind of get this even if you haven't wrestled, but it is like the toughest part that people probably wouldn't expect is just putting that belief in yourself. Like there's such you can be the best wrestler in the world, but there's just such a hurdle when it comes to that self-belief and just trying to ignite your own fire, I like to call it, and just truly stepping into yourself. Like it's so easy to just go through the motions and like win some, lose some, and just be kind of mediocre in the middle and never truly like flip that switch. But it's just it's such a heavy feeling of like okay, I have to believe in myself today and then tomorrow and then the next day and then the next day, and you're the only one who knows all the mistakes you've ever made. So it's like
Yeah,
it's really hard to just look at that person who you've been with your whole life yourself and be like, we can do this, we are strong enough to go through anything. And it sounds dramatic, but it's just like when you get on the mat, it really does feel like life or death, at any level. It doesn't matter if it's two beginners. They're fighting. They're tired. They're
yeah,
exhausted. People know if they've ever wrestled or even play box or play fought, that burn in your chest that you get, you're like, mm, let me go get on the treadmill a little longer
yes,
because
yeah.
and the treadmill won't do it. You got to just keep fighting. That's all.
No, no, you. Those are facts. She broke it down better than I think I could have ever done it for somebody. That was good. I might even use that. That you're the only one that knows the mistakes you've made. Man, I'm gonna repurpose that one.
Yeah, you have to forgive yourself, and that
Yeah,
is like it's just a lot of letting go and forgiving yourself, and I think that's really what wrestling has taught me. It's just the act and art of just continuing to let go and to change, to continue changing. You're always changing positions, you're always changing your speed and your mode and your perspective, and it's just like it teaches you a lot about yourself and just about life in general. And that's why I agree. Wrestling is definitely a way of life. It's not just a sport. It's a
yeah,
choice that you make every single day. And I'm so glad to see this community getting as big as it is because you really meet some people because there's no money in this sport. Like it's getting there, but there's no media coverage. We're not like basketball. We're not like
no,
a super mainstream sport at all. People look at it and are kind of confused, like, what is going on over there?
yeah,
But it's just a bunch of crazy people full of heart and people like you'll find the realest people there. And I love it over here. You'll find some real mother freakers over here too, but but mostly you'll find some very kind people who know what they're doing.
We've talked about the highs. Let's talk about them lows.
Let's talk about
How
it.
has losing helped you more than winning?
Um, you know, not to sidetrack or anything, but when I was in the city league, I faced a lot of racism and just a lot of, also, I want to call it classism, because I would be going against these girls who are in the top richest, like, private schools. And then, like I said, I'm from this public school, and our best accomplishment is being diverse. And even the diverse kids, we're all broke. Everybody's broke. And they made that very apparent. Like, my every single match my first year at States, I was booed. And I've never experienced that level of being on a stage and having so many people against me at once. And it was so painful, and it hurt so bad towards my character. And I got a lot of, I got a lot of calls for over aggression and a lot of like unnecessary roughness, but the girl would do the same thing to me and nothing would happen to her. And that's why I kind of embrace that aggressiveness now, and I kind of have just stepped into it fully. A lot of people try to say it's kind of my Achilles heel, but I don't believe that at all. I think my aggressiveness is something that comes with me, and it has nothing to do with the color of my skin, but the density of my heart. And I want people to know that. And it doesn't matter how much money your whoever you're facing has, or how much status that they have, they will go down if you believe it. And that's exactly where I am. People know I'm the Robin Hood of wrestling. Like, I am coming for you at the top. I'm here to rob the rich. My coach never ever made it. He never made me feel bad for, like, like when I went through those racist stuff and I dealt with those refs and I dealt with those girls. Like, my coach was always there, and he's like, "This is how it's going to be." Like, he never threw a pity party for me. He
Yeah,
was never like, "Oh, it's going to be okay." Like, he's like, "No, like, you feel this? Like, you got to train. You got to get better. Like, this is what we got to do. This is what we go through. We got to work harder for our pins. We got to work harder for our points." And, like, just saluted, like, "Let's go then." Like, that's all. It was no question to me, because we have been held back for a long time. And I've said
yeah,
this before on a different interview, and he kind of asked me, like, "What do you mean by that?" And I mean everything. I mean everything, every way. What do you
yeah.
mean? What do I mean? And I can definitely feel like there's a different level of pressure, I feel like, also for just like black athletes, that nobody really talks about. If you see a black girl in track, you're like, "Okay, get it, girl." But you see her go to wrestling, you're like, "Girl, what you doing?" Like that.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, we got to create these spaces. We have to make these safe spaces for our people, our community, and also just for every young girl looking to find herself. There is no limits of what you can do. There is no boundaries on where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do, because who wrote that? And who are they to write it? Who are they to write what you're
Agreed.
supposed to do? Only
Yeah.
God can say what's on your heart. So
Yes.
that's what I truly believe. Those losses made me who I am today. I think I 100% think about my losses more than I think about my wins. I relive those moments, and I keep myself humble through that pain that I went through. And I resonate so hard with every underdog for that reason exactly. Because it's just like, I know how it feels to be unseen and to work so hard and lose. I know that pain so well. And it's just like, I know it so well enough that I refuse to keep meeting it. Like,
Yeah.
if we gotta raise the intensity, then that's what we gotta do. If we're throwing up after every workout, good. Like, that's what we gotta do. My coach that I had, he didn't make it past, like, he wasn't a college wrestler. Like, I'm pretty sure he wrestled in high school, but he was a real man. Like, he is a man.
Yeah.
And he taught me just so many skills for life. And, like, these girls on facing, we got these Olympic runner-ups as their coaches in the corner, and I'm still going out there and beating them, because it's just like, you can't
Yeah.
teach what you don't have in here.
Yep.
You
You
can give
said
them the
density of the
blueprint.
heart. That's what she said. Y'all heard that. I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna repurpose that one too. Ain't the color of my skin, it's the density of my heart.
Right,
Well,
right.
well, you dropping
Exactly.
some bars today, Firefly. God.
Yes.
Sheesh. I this is about to be my favorite episode, and I ain't never said that before. Check them. This is the third season. I ain't never said that before. We halfway through. We halfway through it. What does discipline mean to you outside the gym?
Discipline outside of the gym, what does that mean to me? Definitely just holding myself accountable, and facing, because we have two voices, okay? And if you anybody who knows David Goggins, I love him to death. He's insane. And that's why I love him. People don't like him because he's crazy, whatever. you have two voices. You got your people call it the inner critic, and then you got like your softy. Okay, people call it the critic, but I call it the like that's the boss. All right, and then you
Yeah.
got your bestie. Bestie's like, hey, like we worked hard yesterday. Like let's just get some pizza, watch the game, like let's chill. And your boss is like, you think them girls is chilling? You need to get up and get to it. And just willingly tapping into that boss voice
Yeah.
is discipline for me. And it's also just like making good decisions and thinking long term and not short term. Like I'll of course I have my fun and I make sure like I'm living fully and living presently, but I make sure I don't do decisions that are going to mess me up long term. I don't hang around people who talk negatively. Like I don't consume any of that bull crap, and just making sure you're taking care of your mind and not neglecting any part of your life. It's really easy to start neglecting parts of your life, but you need to neglect that TikTok, like neglect that toxicity, like
Yeah.
neglect the like. Do not let yourself go on autopilot. That's what I like to call it. It's
Yeah.
really easy to run your life on autopilot. Having discipline is continuing to choose the present moment over and over and over again, no matter what you're facing, because you're always prepared for it.
Mhm.
Tomorrow has its own worries. We'll deal with tomorrow later.
Yeah.
But right now, all you have is right now. So that's what discipline looks like for me, outside of wrestling.
Firefly, you about to be a motivational speaker out this joint.
Get
When
the
the season
ministry.
when the season's over, girl, what you doing? I got a couple there's a couple churches me and my fraternity go to, and there's some people in that congregation that could use some picking up.
That's my problem. Like if I was to start preaching or anything, I'm smacking people. What you think this is a game? Boom. That's what life's gonna do to you.
Why'd
They're
you
like,
hit me?
they're like, I don't like this one. This one is I'm like, life gonna hit you harder than that, and you ain't gonna be ready.
That's what you're gonna do. How she
Uh,
know they gonna hit me harder than that? They might just. How
they all gonna be flinching when I walk by.
I I I was gonna say, how many people were in your family? Did you have like bigger older brothers, older sisters?
I have an older sister, my best friend in the whole world, the best freaking girl ever to exist. She's my best friend. And then I have a mom and a dad. I have both my parents.
How did your older sister reply, react when you said, "Yo, I'm gonna wrestle"?
Uh, it was a culture shock to my entire family. My family has always been athletic, but they've never done anything combat wise. I mean, shoot, my family got in a lot of fights because they're crazy people, but they've never gotten to a structure 1v1. Like that wasn't really their thing. So my sister, when I told her that I was wrestling, she was just like, she was actually the only one who was really strongly on board for it. My dad, he couldn't watch his baby girl get manhandled by no boys. Like oh my goodness, my first match, I'm wrestling a guy. I actually wrestled Carrick City champ. Sorry, bro, shout out, but and I beat him. He was like picking me up, slamming me, pick me up, slam me, and I just let him tire himself out. Like every time he slammed me, boom, I got back up. I'm like, my mom hit me harder than that. It's like, but I was just like, literally, she was the only one who was like really supportive. My dad would literally be on the edge of the mat, like, and my mom begged me to quit. She begged me. She begged me. She said, "Baby girl, you only get one body." And I'm like, I know.
She said, "Can we protect? Can we conserve this body?"
She's like, "You get one set of knees, baby girl. You know your heart." Like, I'm like, Mom.
Let Let's talk your student athlete balance, because I know that's a little bit of a challenge. What's harder, managing school or managing the one and only body that your mama gave you?
Managing school or okay, which one is harder? Definitely school is harder for sure, because you can neglect your body. It's much easier to neglect your body, but if you neglect your school, here go the counselor, here go your coach, here go everybody on your nerves. But if you neglect your own, like your own anatomy, you're just gonna be screwed. Okay, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna get hurt. I don't like to do either. I try to my best not to neglect either. But um by harder, do you just mean like more challenging? Because I feel like harder is kind of like a More challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say my own body. I'm gonna say my own body.
Okay.
Actually,
All
I can
right.
change my answer because for school they tell you what to do. Do your homework. But
Yeah.
nobody tells you like the PT that you need to do and the stretches that you need to do. Like coach is gonna run you through the practice, but he's not gonna make sure you cool down all nice and great and you stretch out and stuff. Like you have to do that yourself. And it's just like I said, it's really easy to neglect it. School's like in your
Yeah.
face. You know, you don't really notice like what you did wrong until your back's all tight and you're like, dang, like I can't move. So
Yes.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that.
How do you stay locked in academically during a long season? We a lot of us we can't multitask, but you just said it yourself. You know what you have to do is it something tells me. Tell me if I'm wrong. You scared of your mom and your daddy. You come home with some bad grades because you ain't
Oh,
locked in. Mama
oh
gonna throw you in a
yeah.
headlock.
She wouldn't, but like I feel like it hurts more because she wouldn't. You know, like she's a type of mom like she holds me to like a high standard, and she knows whatever I bring to her, like I try my absolute hardest.
Yeah.
And so if I bring to her a D, she's gonna be like you tried, but like well we gotta figure out what you're doing wrong, and we gotta I've never been like a lazy kid. So if I'm just slacking off and I'm being a bum and I bring home a C and my mom is telling me like you tried your best, I'm gonna just be feeling guilty. I'm like, no, I didn't, mom. I was sleeping in the classes. Like I should have. So for me, I'm never scared of them. I'm always eager to make them proud though. I'm always itching for the next big break I'm gonna give them. And I already told my parents like you guys got less than a year and I'm retiring everybody. Like I'm everybody's done working and I'm
Hey.
speaking it and I'm walking into it every single
Okay.
day.
Okay.
And those are the goals you gotta
You.
set.
No, no doubt. You got to speak it into existence and give yourself that path. So I like that. So you're a big dog. Everybody knows you. I mean, I'm being a little facetious there. Maybe out in Washington State they don't know you, but let's just stay on that path. There's the glamorous Firefly. But what does a non-glamorous day in your life actually look like? When you're just trying to relax a little bit, maybe you're not going to train today because you just did the previous 6 days. You're going to take this one day off. What does that non-glamorous day look like?
Ooh, these are the best days ever. All right, so we're still going to get up in the morning. All right,
Okay.
boom, we're up in the morning. Still, okay, we don't sleep in no matter what. No sleeping in unless you were like up all night. But I love just being able to just fully spend my mornings with God. And I'm not even being like performative right now. Like
Oh,
my relationship with the Lord, like it's not like a holier than thou. Like I'm like, okay, God, like what's the next plan? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to break down? What did I do here? Like, Lord, why do I keep coming up short here? And I just let him really just convict me and I'm able to speak life over myself and over people I love and just being able to just be like, okay, like I see just taking in all my progress and being able to look back. And also, I love Call of Duty. I love playing a game. I love video games. That's my thing. And I also love to draw. I thought I had like this sketchbook, but I love drawing. And I
uh
don't know if
huh.
you can like see my shelves back there. You can't. Oh, I love Superman. I love watching that movie. I love
Oh,
reading.
hey, yeah,
And I'm super into just like a bunch of just self-help books right here. Right on my desk, I got this book, Power of Now. Like I'm super weirdo, spiritual, like that is just that's my thing. And I keep these right here every single morning. I get up and I write something. Even if it's just like, Lord, I hope that girl falls on her face today. At least we spoke. At least,
yeah, yeah,
at least we spoke. But just spending time with my family and just trying to I try not to stay idle because um I like to say that an idle mind is the devil's playground.
yeah.
When you're sitting there and you don't really got nothing to do and you're kind of just bumming out, like that's when the bad thoughts like try to creep in on you and be like, well, are you even doing this good enough? Like I heard a lot of people struggle with those kind of thoughts, and it's just like I bet you weren't moving when those hit you. You were
Yes.
still. Enemy can't hit a moving target. And
No,
that's my problem.
no.
I'm very like I'm never still unless I'm like meditating and or trying to meditate. That's the ADHD in me. So I'm always on the
That's
go. I'm always on the go.
Well, I don't speak of ADHD as if it's a bad thing, because I know a lot of people that have it. A lot of people went undiagnosed, and and that helped them get to a good place in life because they
Yes.
didn't sleep in. I got this rule: nothing good ever happens when you sleep in. I got my 3-year-old and 5-year-old recognizing that. So um, keep it moving. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I get it. Um, what did what did you think about when you got to the point at the end of your high school career, and you said, okay, so wrestling is done, or you already knew senior year, I'm going to take this to the next level. Like I I want to do some more of this. Where were you with that?
I've never had that thought in my head. Wrestling is done. I've never thought of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. No,
Oh,
I've even though like I was a senior, like I'm for me, I felt like wrestling is starting. Like let's go. Like it's about to get real right about now. And that's just how I felt. Like these tournaments that are out of the high schools, especially because I told you, like I kind of like alluded to it a bit, but my high school held me back like a lot. It felt like they weren't able to support me how I wanted to. I was being looked at a certain way because the school I had on my back, and it's just like I was glad to be out. You know,
yeah,
people.
yeah,
I was happy to be the threat that I was in high school, but it's just
yeah.
like I'm still an active threat. I'm just in a different area. Like you're gonna have to
No, I
graduate
like
at
that.
some point, all those girls. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see me at some point if you decide to stay in the game.
No, I like that thinking. I always say I've traveled a lot of places. I've been a lot of places, lived in a couple other countries. And all I've ever said is they just don't know about you yet in these other locations. This is it's not where you're from, it's where you at. You just
Right,
that's just that was the springboard. The City League was the springboard for the rest of us to find out about Firefly. I'm
right. And now
I'm
these
a
city
fan.
leagues got programs. Oh my goodness! Like my mind was blown. That's the thing, though. I understand the city league. They was full of some lazy people, but being able to see that somebody that looked like them, who from who they're from, like so many people started stepping up and just believing in themselves, and even though like I didn't end my career exactly how I wanted to, it was exactly how God intended it to be because all like it ricocheted and just now we have girls team at Perry, at this school, at this other school, and it was just amazing thing to see. And like people telling me and calling me like, you're my inspiration for that. I'm like, me? How do you even know me?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I like that. I like that thinking. Um, that moment with Shaq, did that change how you see your own platform or your influence? Like you were saying, some people are saying things to you now. Do you think that changed how you see your platform or influence?
see, my thing is one, I used to believe in imposter syndrome. Basically imposter syndrome is like you believe like you're living somebody else's life, like you're not really who you're supposed to be, but that's really just another form of fear. I always tell my teammates you operate from two places, love and from fear, because that's what every other emotion is made out of, love and fear. So it's like which you're gonna choose. So I always just try to come from a place of love, and I've never personally, and I still don't really see myself as famous because like I just don't, and I still don't consider myself that, and that's why I kind of gotta watch how I move a little bit because people be kind of being a little weird or whatever. But
Yes.
having that interaction with Shaq, um, he first of all, he's hilarious. He's really he's hilarious.
It seems
I
like it.
just Yeah, he is hilarious. I wasn't okay. I'm trying to, you guys, don't kill me when I say this, but like I wasn't extremely starstruck. Like I feel like I've already placed that belief in me that I'm gonna be in the rooms with these people. So it's like kind of just seeing like your coworker up close. Like I've already like I feel like I've had like such a strong belief that like I'm going to make it. I'm going to be in these rooms with these people. I don't idolize anybody. Like God taught me not to idolize anybody. So when these people come and they're where I want to be, like I respect them, and I'm just like, okay, like I'm gonna listen to you because I like where you are and I want to go where you are. And
Yes.
that's kind of just how it was. And it kind of just felt like confirmation. like God was listening. When I tell you, I was just in my zone. He reached out to me like midsummer. I'm going to like these waterfalls. Like I'm like exploring and finding nice parts of Pittsburgh and like PA in general. And I'm making sure that I post my content like unauthentically, unfiltered, because a lot of people have a lot of opinions on how I should post my content. But it's just like it comes from here. You know, if I post it from how you want me
Yes.
to, then you're not gonna feel it. People feel it. And that's what's different. I feel like
Yes.
a lot of people can you can feel when somebody's actually authentic, who's they're actually
Yes.
showing who they are. That masking stuff is not gonna work because there's so much fluff on the internet already. Like when you
Yeah.
actually connect with somebody, you're just like, wow, like I'm never gonna leave here. So I definitely don't see myself as famous. I just see myself as like accomplished in a couple areas, but I'm constantly putting myself in this mindset of like I'm complete, I'm whole, but I am a work in progress and everybody is successful in their own way. Everybody has something great to offer me. And I actually prefer it when people like don't know who I am because I feel like people sometimes feel like they have to present themselves in a certain way and like they kind of like alienate me a little bit. Like I experienced a lot of alienation pretty quickly after that of just like oh like she thinks she's too good now. Like oh she's Hollywood or oh like that happened to her. What she didn't deserve that. Like a lot of opinions, a lot of people feeling like I changed in some sort of way and it's just like that's just them projecting of how they feel about themselves. I didn't change at
Yes.
all. I didn't change at all. I am the same person. I'm extremely blessed and I'm extremely like grateful and lucky and I'm so glad. And like I do get that like remorse sometimes. I'm just like I was working really hard over the summer to buy me a car. I was actually just about to get me like a $2,000 beater one, and I'm like I have $2,000. Like I'm balling. Like I felt like I was on top of the world and
Been
I'm
there.
about to get my car. I didn't know how to drive. Yeah, I didn't know how to drive. But all my deals, like for this car, it kept falling through. Like I'm trying to get a car on Facebook Marketplace because I can't go to no dealership. So
Right.
I'm trying to get a car on Facebook Marketplace, and it just keeps on not working out for me. And I'm just like, why does this happen? Like every car I look at, it keeps being sold. It keeps getting snatched up, and I'm just like, God, I know you're calling me that I'm gonna have a car. Like I know, like I'm pouring my energy into this. I know it's coming, but where is it? Like what's going on? Why does it keep? Why is it not working out for me? I'm about to be back in college. I'm not gonna be able to get home, and I'm just like, "Ah." And then here goes Shaq like sliding. I'm just like, okay, see that's why the Lord he looks at your plans and he laughs at them. He's like, you want this Facebook beer, but I got something nice for you. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And
Not to
it's
mention, it I hate I just hate to say that I like that you were working towards it. But this is like the best end to the story you could have ever have had. That you were scraping, and a lot of us. I'm just a car dude anyway, so I didn't. Even to this day, I don't have to go buy a 2000 beater, but I could get something and then I could flip it because I never owned it, so I could drive it for a few thousand miles, then go get something else. But the fact that you had to grind, and then look what happened to you. So I like how that turned out for you.
thank you, yes.
What responsibility comes with being someone younger athletes now look up to?
That is a great question. I actually it's kind of been kicking in a little bit more for me. I was definitely a little bit more unhinged when I kind of was first emerging from the little firefly nest. But now I'm trying to really like show these girls, show these guys, show anybody, show grown people that they are capable of whatever they put their mind to, even with the doubt, even with the stress, even with the weight of the world on your back. And I feel like that's just kind of more where I'm leaning from. Like, I've always had that just like strong protector in me, and it's
Yeah.
definitely from my mom. But um, I want people to who don't feel seen, who don't feel like their hard work will amount to anything. Like I want to be that Shack for them. Like I was working on my all of this was falling through, all this like and then boom, like a blessing hit. Like I want
Yeah.
people to like see that in me and have that hope and that's honestly a big reason why like even when it gets hard for me like I don't give up. Like because it's supposed to be hard, you know? Like if it was easy then everybody would be doing it and nobody's doing it.
If it's worth having, It's got to have a little grind to it.
It does. So I really just want to show these girls like they can be strong, they can be just as aggressive as guys.
Yes.
They can they can be whoever they want, like unapologetically. They can be embarrassing, they can be cringy, they can be fun, they can be whoever they want. Whatever you want to be, like let's do it tenfold. And that's all of what I'm for.
For everyone who doesn't know, she's repping Pittsburgh, the pit. But what does it mean to you to be a female
Okay.
wrestler coming out of Pittsburgh?
It's definitely tough. Just for the simple fact that guys, I've never had a guy take it easy on me before. People have watched my will watch one of my matches with a guy and be like, "Oh, it looks like he's taking it easy." He's not. He's trying to actively break my arm. Probably. Fireflies, fireflies swarm, but being a woman, it's just different because when you have that strength, they also try to take your femininity. And that's just those two, like two things can be true at once, I like to say. Like two things can exist simultaneously. You can be strong, you can be fierce, and you can be feminine and soft and like vulnerable and open and welcoming. You can have both those energies. And people feel like, oh, like like girls at my school, like, oh, I can't wrestle. Like I don't want to get muscles. Girl, trust me, you won't. Like,
No,
you won't, girl. Like, it's
no.
not that easy. And guys be like, oh, I couldn't wrestle. I would get mad and just win. Trust me. The best have gotten mad. The best.
Oh,
The best of the best have gotten mad and didn't go well.
yes.
It
And
has not gone
still,
well.
yeah.
So it's really just like trying to tame that thought of like just I don't want to call it purity culture, but like having to like have a skirt on and sit small and be quiet, and also just that toxic masculinity of like, oh, like I gotta be both. Oh my god, how many times is this gonna like? I'm so sorry. Can you still see me?
I
Okay, okay.
can.
But but yeah, like I was saying, it's just a battle of both. Like you can be feminine and you can be strong. That's what I want to.
So my
You
last
see?
question is
Okay.
what do you want young girls watching you to believe about themselves? A lot of times people will be like, "Oh, that can't happen to me. That's a one in a million." And there's some negative people out there. There's some positive people to say almost to what you were saying earlier. Man, I just can't catch a break. They're throwing a pity party. So, young girls, I got two girls. What do you want young girls watching you to believe about themselves? As our final question.
To wrap it up, I would definitely say like you have to believe that you are enough. Like you have to be the there is no like special break at the end of each like dark tunnel, and life won't give you a break. Life is not fair. You have to create your own break. And you cannot be the victim of your life. It's all a choice. Like I've had some terrible things happen to me on this entire journey, and to take it with me and use it be miss and take that into something useful, because if it's going to exist, make it matter. Every second counts. Live for you. Save yourself. Like, do not wait. Don't wait for a boyfriend. Don't wait for like some when you feel ready, because you're never going to feel ready. You will never feel ready, like ever. Even when you'll be like, okay, well, like how do I like wrestle aggressively? Like how do I turn that switch on? There's no switch. There's no moment. It's just like it's a perpetual like thing that just eventually you walk into it. You fake it and it's real, because there's no such thing as real. It's just everything just is. You are enough because you're strong enough. Once I actually cut out the nonsense in my life and just the bull crap and the guys and the like distracting myself and the like frivolous activities that meant nothing to me, like my life became so just vibrant and fruitful. Like I reaped just so much greatness, and I'm continuing to do that, and it's a lonely path to the top. Like it really is. And you
Yes.
truly have to trust yourself and love yourself enough. You cannot do anything fully in this life if you do not love yourself and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for wasting time. Forgive yourself for not knowing. Just forgive yourself and save yourself. That will be everything. Oh,
For everyone watching, Tamara's story is proof that success isn't built in the spotlight. Uh, she's constantly reminded us of that. It's built in the quiet. It's in the losses we mentioned. It's in the early mornings because she ain't sleeping in. It's in the discipline that nobody claps for. From starting behind the curve to becoming one of the top wrestlers out of her area, balancing school, faith, and personal growth. That's the kind of mindset that travels way beyond sports. And the biggest takeaway I think I have is toughness. That's why I named it Mat Mentality. And at the end of this episode, I still walk away with toughness. It isn't just about how hard you hit the mat, it's about how you handle setbacks, how you stay grounded when opportunities come, and how you grow through everything life throws at you. I mean, she out here trying to get her beater with $2,000, and she was gonna love that car, but then bigger things happened. Like 7'4" things happened, but she had her plan and she was working toward. She wasn't doing a pity party; she was working toward. So, Tamara, we appreciate you for being
Tamara,
open.
Tamara.
Did I? Did I? I made it all the way through. I nailed it a couple other times,
You
but
did. It's
messed it up
okay. It's
at the
okay.
end there.
It's
Tamara, we appreciate you for being open, being real, and for representing hard work the right way. And most importantly, thanks for coming on and talking with Donato.
absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Stay blessed.
See ya.